All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's really early here. 42 minutes ago, approximately 3:50 a.m., Sumatra now has popped off with a 6.9. So Flores C is still banging away. Sumatra's popped off, and now we have PNG popping off with a 5.1. And then backfilling, we have near Taiwan popping with a mid 4 as well just now. So watching what's going on. Flores C is still banging away pretty aggressively. Yeah, the Papua New Guinea's a 5.4. So as you can see, this is our region of the 7.7, but look at the pressure. It moved all the way up. Yep. Right through the backside, right up to northern Sumatra. And Canuck is one who texted me, and I've been awake for about an hour, and just normal, tossing and turning. But I anticipated something happening tonight, over the night, early morning, and there it is, big banger right there. Let's go ahead and look at what USGS has to say about this. Looking at the terrain, ocean here. All right. So obviously this pressure here, still two sectors of the Flores Sea banging away. Let's see, we have 26 quakes reported by USGS since the 7.7, and there's a hell of a lot more that are below 4.5 or below 5, because it looks like USGS is reporting anything above 4.5. They weren't reporting that earlier. Starting with the 7.7, as I scroll the way back down. I don't know. It happened in the middle of the afternoon yesterday, and I was on for several hours. Here's the Spain 5.0 that took place yesterday too. There's a bit of damage in Spain that banged off. Here we go. It happened 13 hours, 40 minutes ago. So right at about 13 hours afterward is the Sumatra quake from the Flores Sea or Timor earthquake. Although it technically it happened in the Flores Sea. It happened just offshore. And we're going to be looking at some of the volcanoes and seeing what's going on with the volcanoes. I heard a report that quite possibly Cinnabung is acting up, so we'll be looking into that. So, starting with the 7.7, Oregon had a 2.2, Kyushu, Japan 3, Flores Sea popped with a 5.9. Looks like about 20 minutes later, and then an hour later, a 5.6, then a 5.1 or 6.1 happened 15 minutes later, and Utah had a 2.2. Watching what's kind of going around the world, the antipode to the Colombian quake is actually right here, southern Sumatra, and I wonder if it's like right in between the two. Excuse me. Right in between the two, over here and up here. Kind of looks like it. Taking a look at Google Earth, and we swing out over here to Japan, on down through the Philippines, all the volcanoes here, and we locate the 7.7, and then the other. God bless America. The other impact over here on the western side of this island, and I don't know why they're asking me for this. Dismiss this crap. About 85 miles apart. Here's the 7.7, and then it banged over here, and it banged over here at 6.2. Clearly, this could be where it kicked off these quakes, and this could be on a separate. I don't know why that line's there. It's an anomaly. Could be a separate set of earthquakes, unrelated, where one fault kicks off another fault. We'll have to find that out. And then now, with the 6.9, it kicked off up here. This is onshore, and 172 depth, according to USGS. So let's go ahead and put this coordinates in. What the heck? There we go. There's Cinnabung right here. So this is saved a project. This will be an earthquake. Yep. And 6.9. Look at that dynamic earth community. I don't see a whole lot, but that Japan quake we just had near Taiwan, I don't know what happened to it yet. We'll find out. EMSC or USGS hadn't reported that. But now we have the coordinates of this quake. And let me edit that, put the date on that. Today is now 8:15. Yep. Right there at Mount Toba and Cinnabung. Whoa. Oh, no, we don't need any of that. Let's just go ahead and check out the mileage here. Bang. All right, straight bird flies to the 7.7s, 2,700 miles, 2,780. All right, but along the fault system would be different. All right, so we have the antipode right here. So the antipode's like right here's Mount Dempo. Here's Southern Sumatra. Here's Lampung. So the antipode's right here for the Colombian quake. How far is it to the 7.7? Well, 1,920 miles. Kilometers, sorry. We're on stupid ass kilometers. I don't know what that means. I do miles, man. I'm on an imperial. Done. So about 1,200 miles. 1,200 miles to this one, and this one up here about half that distance. So 1,200 miles would be somewhere out here in the Andaman Sea. Barren Island's a little far north. So interesting. Just going to rule out that, saying halfway between, you know. So the antipode, I don't buy that crap, but some people do. You know, it pulled off a regional, but I don't know that you can pull 1,200 miles off of an antipode and say one quake created the other. I just don't buy it. I haven't seen enough evidence in my mind to really play that. We've been anticipating the maritime continent here rocking and rolling for some time. Why? Well, shoot howdy. We had a big quake up here. 8.1. Well, 8.1. I thought it was did it get downgraded? It may have. Happened on June 7th. And I think it got downgraded, right? And let me check this out. Well, anyway, PNG's rock and rolling over here, and this one is 120 depth. So pressure being released out of this. I think they downgraded that to 7.8. But let's check out what USGS has it. You know, I have it originally as an 8.1. I'll just do 7, and then do 1 and search. All right, so coming down in here, there it is, 7.8. Say it got downgraded. 7.8 since I put that on there. So I'll go ahead and check this out, fix it. Back to here. No, 7.8. The description. Original 8.1. No. Copy. And this quake was a the Sunda plate. That's what is rock and rolling, and that's why it's significant that this quake's related to the Flores Sea, which is related to the Sumatra quake, because they're all on the perimeter of the Sunda plate. So this quake here, the 7.8 was a thrust fault, and that's what I was looking for. I wanted to show you what it looks like here, the bouncy ball. Philippines are resulting from a thrust faulting. The earthquake's depth is moment tensor estimated to indicate that it occurred within a complex zone of active deformation associated with the westward subduction of the Philippine plate beneath the Sunda plate. Northeastern Indonesia and southern Philippines are characterized by complex tectonics in which motion of numerous small plates accommodate large-scale convergence between the Philippine Sea and the Sunda plate. Excuse me, God bless. Have some more coffee, will you? All right, hey, dude, how are you? I don't know what the system is picking up. No more bells. Yeah, more bells happening, I hear. I mean, I can see it. I can't hear it. I just... Anyway. More bells means they've agreed that there's an earthquake. All right, so we updated that one. So let's go ahead and do this and get back over here and bang bang bang. There we go. All right, done. So this is on the edge of the Sunda plate, and then we come down to yesterday's quake right here, which is in the Flores Sea. And then we look at, I guess that was a Japan, a 6.9 quake all around, but only coming in Asia, Japan. Oh, shoot, howdy. Yeah, that's kind of wild. So that's the Sumatra quake. Oh, Muzzy over there on DEC, he helped me out with this 6.9 Sumatra, and that's northern Sumatra actually. Northern Sumatra. And it didn't seem to really ring hard. Thank you. The Japan quake 4.5, down by Taiwan. No tsunami alert. Excuse me. So several quakes. We can count the quakes off from the Florida Sea. According to EMSC, it'd be 5.9. That's 1, 2. There's a Java quake. We started seeing Java, deep Javas, a couple of days ago, and it was on the opposite side in the trench, the Sunda Trench, Java Sunda Trench. And boy, I'm drinking this coffee now, boy. Yeah, there's got to be shit. Let me see if there was a precursor. Simbawa. You can see right down here. This quake down here is 4.0. We were anticipating something in this region, and it happened on the other side. So, um, not being off by too much, it happened right here's where it happened. So that's how close I was to calling this quake. I said, I'm watching something right here in this area. I had just spoke to somebody about it like 2 days prior. So, looking at the area that I was seeing was right here. I was looking for about a 7, but a larger quake took place right there. And let's just say I was off by 300 miles. Not too bad. I said a place of interest. I was not forecasting. I don't forecast. But what I do is I look at places of interest. You can watch the pressure move through. And I was seeing it down here. But on the other side, it has to come through. And there, the plate boundary works right through here. Here's the triple junction. In 2023, January 9th, this is where the 7.6 hit. And that was a pretty unusual quake. And it's been bouncing quite often here in the Banda Sea. Generally speaking, we'll see earthquakes up in here before we'll see Sumatra, Java. And, well, it's happening, And here's the 7.4 that took place shortly before these. God bless America. Shoot outie. Shortly before um, um, uh, the Philippine quake, and we thought that was quite odd, and so we've been watching the area for some time, and we've been noticing that Dakono and Ibu been bouncing off. Now there's a reason. See a 7.4 right here. I got it. Now they've actually moved it over to here. USGS is, they changed their things here. And the Molucca Sea, all through here. We had a pretty good size Sulawesi over here at Palau, Palu, or, as well. And that was a scary earthquake too. And they were, stressed out about that one. Did a little bit of damage. But this quake here, 7.4, happened, in April 1st. So an April Fool's quake. And then this one up here, 7.8 took place. Several quakes that have taken place following the plate boundary all the way down. So, and now we have that same distance or same direction moving straight into our area of interest down here. And as a result, and it didn't take but 13 hours, bang, we got another large earthquake right up here in along the Sunda plate. Right there, bam, today. So, thank you, sister. And good to see you there, dude. Heard about the fires and watching the coastal fires. I don't know if the fires are up by you, but I know you had some pretty darn good fires over there. So, um, there we go. This is the spectros on the 6.9 up in Sumatra. You can see more the Nice region was hitting southern Sumatra. You know, it feels like it was a couple of bangers, and you can see a little more definition. And then you see the Flores Sea, Indonesia banging still. So this was the live version from Muzzy over on twitch.tv Dynamic Earth Community. Gentleman named Tom runs this show, and it's pretty good. I like his channel because the spectros. So, strong quake happening. And let's get down into the details of this one. All right. So, US just doesn't even have this one on here on this list of sevens. So, in the region here, check this out. In the region here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This was an anomaly, the 7.1 that took place off Malaysia. Malaysia doesn't have large quakes, generally speaking. I don't know if I even have it on this list here. Yeah, I do, 7.1. And let's see if they moved it. USGS. No, I just barely moved it. All right. So that happened in February. We're like, uh-oh, something's going on. And then this one here, I think this was like a 5.7, the Palau quake. And let me go back to the USGS and look that up just for shits and giggles. Turn the air conditioning on in this room. It is kind of warm. I'm going to do 5 and custom in Malaysia. I haven't seen any write up about why that one happened. I'll do the Sulawesi as well. Sorry. There we go. Use this one. And I'm going to do from January. Yeah, here's the cluster. You can see how a line of earthquakes goes right into it, comes right down Sulawesi. So here's the quake here. It was 6.7 that took place on June 16th. So no, save the project. 6.7. Oops. I think I said, what did I say? Na, 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 na. Yeah. 42 kilometers, 11 kilometers of depth. 16, yeah. 616. And then put in a little description here. All right, right here. We'll take this, copy. They didn't put anything interesting to it, so. But at least we have it done. Oops, edit. I need to put that earthquake sign on there. There we go. We got earthquakes and volcanoes on this one. Larger earthquakes, I'm bringing them on. So, again, this one hit, then this one hit, and then this one hit over here. Oh, this one hit, then this one hit. So the pressure was moving south. It hit here, went north, went south, and now we have, this mess down here that's happening. 7.3 happened right here in 21 with bad tsunamis that took place. So our 7.7 here and our 6.2 there and a 5.9 out here, banging away for the Flores Sea. Bypassing all this stuff, we went up here. Now, in 2006, we had an 8.6 here, and this is the 9.2 that took place in 2004. Some have it as a 9.1, but it came out as a 9.2. In 2004. 8.6 out here in 2012. So within every 6 years, having a massive quake in this region up in the Sunda. What the heck is the lines telling me? Well, they're having problems. The Sunda Trench. And now we have something here. Probably, here's, not a good thing. We have Mount Toba down here. Toba blew up, a lot of years ago. Excuse me. Mount Toba. See, here we go. Let's see here. Good morning to you, sister. It's a super volcano. What makes it super? It's the size. Super large. Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's bigger than Yellowstone, but I don't think it's a whatever. And also just up north here, we have Cinnabon, which is a very active volcano as well. And Mount Cinnabon is a stratovolcano consisting of andesite and dacite in the Karo Plateau, the Karo Regency, northern Sumatra, Indonesia, 40 kilometers from Lake Toba. Many old lava flows are on its flanks, and last known eruption before recent times occurred 1,200 years before present, between 740 and 880 after death AD. Mount Cinnabon, sulfuric activities, cracks and steams, gas and lavas were emitted were last observed on the summit of 1912. Interesting. Recent documented events include eruption early hours of August 29th, 2010, in September, November 2013, and January, February, and October of 2014. The volcano has recently claimed the life of 23 people in a number of events since 2014. Between 2013 and 14, alert for major event was increased with no significant activity. On June 2nd, 2015, Alert was again increased, and June 26 of 2015, at least 10,000 people were evacuated. And again increased on June 26 of 2015, at least 10,000 people were evacuated, fearing a major eruption. The long eruption of Mount Cinnabung is similar to that of Mount Unzen in Japan, which erupted 5 years after lying dormant for 400 years. A major eruption began August 10th of 2020. Cinnabung is a Pleistocene to Holocene stratovolcano. It is located in a relatively cool area of the Fertile Plateau with mountains bounding to the north. The summit crater of the volcano has complex, longer form due to vents migrating on the north-south line. 2,400 meter high or 8,000 foot andesite to dacite volcano comes from Sunda Arc, which is created by the subduction of the Indo-Australian plate under the Eurasian plate. The Andaman Islands are the northwest bound of the arc, which the Banda Arc is on the east. Cinnabung has a total of 4 volcanic craters. So, yeah, big eruptions have occurred. So they're probably going to kick that up to, let's see if there's anything being reported. According to Volcano Discovery, to date, Volcano Discovery has put in the news August 15th, 2026, Etna, Fuego, Popo, Simiru, Ibu de Cono, Reventador, and Sakurajima. Of course, Etna, earthquake hit 3.9 in the rift zone. Etna's in a danger place, man. I've been watching Etna for a while, and where it had a flank eruption, an ancient one, it's cracking in that same location. So there are many vents, there are many complex tunnels of volcano gobbledygook or magma all around Etna, and it can do a lot of freaking damage, I'll tell you. It can come completely apart. Dacono and Ibu of 7,000 feet over there in Holomarhara. Whoops. Reventador down in Ecuador, about a 3,000 foot pop. Ibu, yep, 7,000. Aoba, yep, over there in Vanuatu, 15,000. And Purese over in Colombia, still popping 17,000. So it's 15,000 going to 17. Little Toby, right near our earthquake yesterday, the large 7.7. So 7,000 feet. Little Toby's just been kicking, man. This thing, what is it, last year? Or it probably would tell me if I look it up. I'm looking at volcanoes because the earth speaks in many different ways, okay? And one of those ways is through volcanoes. Whoop! I don't know what happened there. The current Little Toby right here, the advisory. What's it? Source. Eruption details, 7,000 feet. Yep. Here's the 7,000 normal, 8,000, and show more. I'd seen a 45,000 earlier this year. 8,000, 7,000, 8,000 seems to be, and it's like a 5,600 foot mountain. So when it goes to 8,000, 9,000, that's near a mile high, popping away. And you'll see the seahorse right here, and I'll show you. It's a seahorse looking thing, okay? You can see it right there. Our earthquake is over here, or 7 point whatever in the Flores Sea. Not far. So watching that area, they don't go back far enough for me. Yeah, bummer. but I'll show you. So Cinnabung right there. And right down here. So when you're looking at Timor, look for the seahorse. There's the seahorse. All right. Lackey or Little Toby right there. All right. 5,300 foot mountain. There's two volcanoes here. And I think it's this one that's popping all the time. And you can see a little hole here, you know, coughing up a lung. And then there's this one. I can never really tell which one's really going. But yeah, 45,000 foot popped out of that one. Little Tolo is right over here, 4,600 foot mountain. This is popping off all the time as well. So in the area of Timor, we have two volcanoes, Little Toby and Little Tolo. Those are my names for them. Lowell Toby Gunung and Libotolo volcano, right? I just call them Little Toby and Little Tolo, and my way of saying it. Our earthquake hasn't affected Palawe volcano, which is right here on the island. It's a small volcano, but probably that's a new head on it. And, you know, the island is actually created, so, you know, it may have just barely made it up out of there. But this earthquake here had a little small tsunami, not very large, but it was a small tsunami. The Sulawesi, they received some of the tsunami, and looking at the buoys over here, this buoy did bounce, which is on the other side of the area. No tsunami out of this one because you can see that buoy's not moving. I don't know that the Sumatra quake, the 6.9, it's 172 kilometers in depth. I don't believe that it would be tsunami oriented because it's so deep and it's on land. But we've had plenty of activity coming off the Pacific, dropping a 4.7 here, and then down here in Sulawesi, 4.6, just like what I was saying over here, where we had that 6.7, you know, earlier in the year, and now we've got these quakes. But the whole region, here's this Sunda plate up here. This is subduction earthquake, obviously. Because right here is the subducting plate, the Australian plate going underneath. This is all Australian plate here, by the way. Going underneath, lifting up Sumatra. Java's down here. Java's broken up into several of these islands. All of this is due to the subduction happening here. And the complex movement of the plates, as you can see here, movement of the Australian plate right going underneath the Sunda Java Trench, which is one of the most active areas in the world and has produced massive quakes. And I explained a couple of those up here by Sumatra, and you can see there's a spreading center right here in northern Sumatra, and then strike slip after that, and this is a compressional component out here, 90 East Sumatra, right? And so our quake up here is adjacent to, you can see strike slip, and that would go hand in hand with this red line, or then the green line, strike slip off that green line, and then our location of this earthquake. Right here's the strike slip region. And spreading kind of, you can see the nice line right through these volcanoes. This earthquake is really close to Cinnabung, and it doesn't appear that Cinnabung is active right now. But we do have Little Tolo, Little Toby, Sumeru, Reventador, Fuego. Fuego's up to 17. That's kind of unusual. Reventador, they're in Ecuador, 14. Remember, that's south. That's south of Colombia, where it had a big earthquake. Ibu Dekono 7,000. Sakurajima has been popping off. Southern Japan has been popping off just the last week. It's been quiet, and all of a sudden, bam! It starts kicking off. 9,000 feet out of a 4,600 foot mountain. Little Toby 7,000, man, and it ain't no joke. Aoba over there in Vanuatu, Vanuatu. I didn't know how to say it for the longest time. Nobody helped me. And I didn't care. I make my own words up. Simiru. Eruption reported. It's too dark to see. Dekono yesterday, 9,000. That's Ibu Dekono Holomarhara. At my words, I add a consonant, so just deal with it. Molucca Sea, just south of Philippines. Etna doing 17,000 foot. I think it's like an 8,000, 9,000 foot mountain. So I don't see anything being reported on volcano discovery. So the only buoy that's bouncing is out here. Oh, look at the buoy over here. Wow. Another drunk Chinaman? Nope, this is earthquake related. When did it happen? Between 22 and 2,300 hours. Let's go ahead and find out. And it might be that PNG that we just had. Here we go. Well, the 7.7 is 6.1, 22 and 2,300 hours. What happened over here for this booger to pop? Okay, we have this one here. That little one, 4.8. No. Solomon Islands, 1,500 hours. Why is it bouncing? It's saying there's an earthquake that it responded to. Now, it wasn't going off, but this one was. So let's look at this one when this one popped off. At the same time. Yep, 2,300 hours. Closer to 22. And let's go ahead and look at this. Yeah, 2,300 hours. So it reported like 15 minutes later. So I think it felt the same earthquake. Big, large earthquake, but shaking all the way out here. Wow. So our earthquake was right here. So the Coral Basin, Coral Sea, rock and roll, man. And let's see if this one picked it up. I don't see it. Didn't register it. A lot of these aren't even monitored very closely, you know, to make sure they're working properly. They are reporting every 15 minutes, but it could be just another drunk Chinaman. Oh, shoot. We have another buoy up here that's talking. Between 1 and 2. This one's been bouncing on and off. Let's go ahead and look at what. Take this away. Take that away. Take that away. All right, keep that one. Let's see what the hell happened up here. There's the Taiwan quake we just had, the 4.9 Taiwan. We saw that over here on deck. There's another one, a Flora C coming in. Not too strong. But Flora C is still banging away, doing its normal. All right, so let's go to the latest. I'm not seeing any reason for that buoy to be banging off. We gotta. It don't like it. All right. Let's see if it'll like that one. All right. So this is the location of the buoy. So what's going on up here? I don't know. Off the coast of the Rat Islands. Pinocchio's up here. The Rat Islands. The Sitkin. These volcanoes are active right now. But is it a drunk Chinaman? Yeah. So we'll see what's going on with this. We're live now. We do have just the Flora C bouncing. So that thing's been going off for some time. Over here, the Cural's a 5.4. Now they have one volcano, two volcano, three volcanoes are all active. They were banging for a couple of years. Then we have several other volcanoes up here. I can show you those. Right? Chevaloosh, exploding all the time. Bezimani popping off quite often. Krashnikov right here just popping the other day. Klucheskoy doing the same. The 8.8 that took place out here, banging off here. Here's the buoy over here. I don't know why that's. It's just an error. All right. Some untitled place marks. These are probably volcanoes, but I don't know what they are. It just got corrupted is all. Um, I don't know what. I have to go through this. I got a lot of stuff on here, so. But let's say get distracted here. Probably illusions you're thinking. The Texas liniment. I know not a lot of people follow the the liniments and stuff because there's really there's another buoy right here. I'm gonna change the color on that one. Edit. I'm gonna change it to yellow. But Texas liniment comes up right through this region. I mean, right through your Sandpoint area. The Olympic Walla Walla comes up through this one, through Trident and Nova Rupta. And then we have other ones, of course. Texas liniment comes off the Blanco fracture zone, moves right through northern Cal, and then dives down through Nevada, out through Arizona, out through Corpus Christi, and then out this region. The Olympic Walla Walla has, in my mind, has Puerto Rico, but in some other ones, directions, they have central and southern Florida, and it comes back out. But um, maps of liniments kind of, toss and turn. These are all earthquakes that happen in northern Texas. Funny thing how northern Texas connected to some of the stuff down in Mexico and South America. We often see West Texas and Costa Rica, banging off quite often. And you can see dang, dang, dang. Yeah, Olympic Walla Walla works its way right through there. Oh, yeah, those are liniments, baby. Yeah, but anyway, I digress. 8 plus should be west of Sound Point. Yeah. But Kodiak Island East could go if you factor in the wildfire trajectory the last few years. Interesting with that. We're getting away from what's happening up here off of this 6.9. I can look at, I don't know why the buoy was bouncing, but I can look and say, see if there's any damage off Sumatra here. Do a search. All right. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about 9 hours, 57 minutes difference between the two quakes. I think they're distinct, but 1 hour breaking from visual from Sumatra's 6.4. Now is it downgraded to 6.4? Let's go ahead and refresh. Nope, it's definitely a strike slip though. Yeah. The Malaysians, not Malaysians, but the Indonesians have it as a 6.4. Maybe it came in as a 6.4 and when it was upgraded. But there's a nice little map here of BMKG. You can see right there, right? It's in an area where often a lot of faults happen, a lot of earthquakes happen. And I can show you from the EMSC, you know, that's the Spain 5.0. There was another 5. Where did I see that? There's a 5.1 right in here. Flores Siege had, yeah, right there. Flores C. Flores C. Lots of Flores Cs. Spain did some damage in Spain, and it's still rock and rolling there in Spain. Kind of caught everybody off guard in southeastern Spain. Here's the Sumatra quake. Let's go ahead and look at the maps. Try to show you a historical seismicity. All right. You can see, generally speaking, the deeper quakes are 150 to 300 in the purple here. Our quake is in the purple at the uppermost portion of it. You can see a line leads right into that of shallow, deeper, yet deeper quakes right along this kind of plate boundary. And I showed you that already on this map here, showing you off the subducted plate, there's a spreading center, and then strike slip moves off of that. And it's also in a conjunction with this compressional component. And this is, again, where you looked at that. I don't see any other drunk Chinamans. So we have 3 buoys that are just popping off. So we'll go ahead and close the buoys. So this area right here, triple junction offshore. Triple junctions are important because you have 3 plates coming together. And this is like a Burma microplate. As soon to plate out here. And our area is due to subducting of the Australian plate, but it is the Sunda. So the Sunda's popped over here. It's popped here. It's popped here. It's popped down here, right? Right where our strike slip component here. But that was a thrust fault that took place in the Flores Sea. So that's where the compressional component, the purple. And then today's, like, what is it, 13 hours later? Bam, popping off over here. So you can see on northern Sumatra, just the deeper quakes are here due to the subduction zone. What we have is we have a subduction zone, and we have the Sunda plate, and then we have this stuff here is the seafloor, and it's very dense, and it's has liquid in it. What happens is the liquid gets to a certain level, like 50 kilometers, and it starts getting hot. It starts to turn the water to steam. As the steam gets hot, and it starts to crack the rocks around it, melt the rocks around it, and we have volcanoes created because the gas needs to go north or up to the surface, and we create volcanoes. And the magma melts the rock, and then finally all that rock and messes in, poof, right? That's how volcanoes work. But the subducting plate, we get earthquakes down deep in the midsection and at the top. The massive quakes happen more on the top because this portion gets shoved underneath, and it'll start to back up as this is moving in. What'll happen is this portion will break free, and this will surge forward, drop, and what'll happen is a big tsunami will happen, and that's happened before. And that over here by Fuckett, and which is right over here, and up here by Banda Aceh. So Fuckett's over here, Banda Aceh's here. Phuket, Fuckett, whatever. Cinnamon, so our earthquake right here. And that happened over here, and it shocked the whole world, killed 250 million or 1,000 people, sorry. Devastating. But this region gets those kind of quakes. And very, very, very bad region. I think over 20 quakes from 2000 to 2016. Then it shut off. And then now it's starting to kick back up. So, yeah, a lot of people talking about the difference between the two quakes. But yeah, Indonesians calling it a 6.4, or Gempa is. USGS has it at 6.9. I mean, Indonesia just rocking. I don't see any damage. The moon and the antipode of the moon. Some people are talking about that. All right. Yeah, 25. It's been 21 years since the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake and tsunami. Boxing Day, 9.2, 9.3 struck off the coast of Banda Aceh, west coast of northern Sumatra. 275,000 people were killed in 14 different countries. And yeah, they're all talking about it. Yeah. I'm not seeing any damage. There's probably damage. Death toll from Indonesia's deadly earthquake rises to 38. That's from the 7.8. No tsunami, according to upgraded to Maldives, upgraded it to a 6.8. Maldives meteorologically. Yeah. So I don't see any much more damage than that. 6.9. Earthquake of magnitude 6.4 strikes northern Sumatra. Yeah, they call it a 6.4, 6.3, but my take on, based on what we saw from deck, was that it was not very big. But hey, I'll go ahead and end this video and post it for those who missed all the fun, if you want to call it fun, scary stuff for people. Looking at Japan right now. Remember, we did have a 4.5 off of Taiwan. Shape map here, it's green because of the depth. Although strike slip, can really do it. 6.9 is no freaking joke. Medan is the closest capital city of Sumatra. So there's bound to be damage. I just haven't seen any posted online yet. From the 7.7, there's 33 people so far dead. And radical damage. Remember, have a plan in case of an event like this happens. If you live in an earthquake-prone area, move. I did, but there's really, in the West here, there's really nowhere to move. Don't live in a multi-story building. Make sure the building you live in has been updated. If not, move. It's up to you to do whatever. Also have plenty of water and food supply, because do not rely on the government helping your monkey ass. You're a fool if you think the government's going to help you. If anything, the government will take what you have and give to others. That's been shown many a times. So the last large earthquake in the Sumatra area was a 6.8 that happened August 18th of 2020. All right. And it was in southern Sumatra in the Nides region, down here. Also, that's the Nides up there. Yeah, 6.8 happened down here. So that's the last large earthquake in the area, other than this one, which we just now had a 5.2. PNG popping as well as a 5.4 right after. And then you can see through the Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, over to Fiji, Tonga, and this Fiji here is a 4.2, or Tonga. Sometimes they call that Fiji, sometimes they call it Tonga. You never know with the USGS. Their computers are whatever. We are seeing a bunch of earthquakes mosey all around. The Aleutians. The Aleutians are quite busy, right up to the main mountain, Whitney. Yeah. Some people tried to call it Denali. Yeah. Yeah. All right. You can see the hook. The buoy. Remember the buoy. Remember Kamchatka, 8.8. Remember Japan had the 7 right here. And then we had down here an 8 or a 7.9 or 8, right? And a 7.1 out here. Yep. And then 6.7, then a 7.7, and then over here now a 6.9. Pressure moving on south, all from where? The 8.8 that took place up here. The entire western side of the Pacific Ocean has moved. We're seeing a lot of strange anomalies starting to happen around the Caribbean plate. We got Venezuela with 2 big quakes. We have Mexico, and we have Colombia, all around the plate boundary here. We're watching stuff up here in North America. Some strange things happening. Also watching down here in the armpit of Chile and Peru. Watching to see if anything pops down here. Awfully quiet. And that's not an indicator of anything. It's just awfully quiet. And so the Eastern Pacific should respond due to all the 1 year of this crap out here. So everything's shifting in this kind of direction. Woo! Anyway, tell somebody you love them. Don't get none on you. And we'll be back with more information throughout the day. Stay tuned with twitch.tv/Joe Slick Live. And yeah, we'll see what's going on. Remember, don't get none on you. And we do our morning reports Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 here in Arizona time, because that's where I live. And yeah.
Take a breath, step outside. This road is calling loud. Adventure waits for no one. Let's break free from the crowd. We're seekers on a mission, searching for the flame, with maps that lead to nowhere, but we've got no shame. Got my crew
Take care, everybody.